Hi, I am the Demon Melphus in service to our Master Raven the Blackheart, the Demon King of Dreams. Tonight on The Devil's Due, we are going to talk about the popular mythos of liminal horror, the Backrooms. A horror fandom that has taken the human world by storm. So sit tight, demons, devils, and everything in between, and let's learn about the Backrooms. The Backrooms, a deep dive into liminal horror and internet myth. What are the Backrooms? The Backrooms is a modern internet legend, an evolving mythos born from a single image. It's a concept that taps into our deepest fears of isolation, endless spaces, and reality breaking down. At its core, the Backrooms are an alternate dimension made up of seemingly infinite, empty, and often unsettling rooms. But the terror of the Backrooms isn't about monsters jumping out at you. It's the existential dread of being stuck in a place that was never meant to be found. Origin of the concept. The Backrooms started with a single 4chan post on May 12, 2019. A user shared an image of a bland yellow, fluorescent-lit office space with stained carpet and nonsensical architecture. Another anonymous user replied with the now iconic paragraph, "If you're not careful and you no-clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the Backrooms." That short description ignited a wildfire of creativity across the internet. The idea was simple, but terrifying. You could slip out of reality, glitch, no-clip, like in a video game, and fall into this endless liminal world where time doesn't make sense, escape is nearly impossible, and you're never quite alone. What is no-clipping? No-clipping is a term borrowed from video games. It refers to disabling collision detection, allowing a player to walk through walls or fall through the map. In Backrooms lore, no-clipping becomes literal. You can accidentally glitch through the physical world and drop into an alternate space between dimensions. This taps into the unsettling idea that reality might be fragile, and there's something waiting on the other side if it breaks. Level 0, the first layer. The most iconic area is Level 0, the original yellow-tinted office space. Endless monotone rooms, old, stained carpet that always feels damp, fluorescent lights that hum constantly, sometimes flicker or go out. No windows, no exit, just more rooms. Some say there are entities. Others say it's just the silence that kills you. Level 0 has become a symbol for liminal space horror, a feeling of nostalgia twisted into something unnatural. Expanding the lore, levels, entities, and organizations. As the idea spread, fans began to build on it, turning the Backrooms into a full mythos. People created new levels, each with their own aesthetics, dangers, and physics. Some notable examples. Level 1, dim, industrial maintenance tunnels, leaking pipes, flickering lights. Level 37, infinite hotel lobby under green-tinted skies. Level Fun, a deceptively cheery, clown-themed level that hides violent entities beneath a party facade. There's the Void, the pool rooms, the hub, countless more. Entities also became a major part of the lore. Facelings, hounds, skin stealers, partygoers, each one designed with just enough detail to unsettle but leave room for imagination. Players also introduced human factions and organizations, such as the MEG, the Major Explorer Group, who study and document the Backrooms. Others, like the BNTG, act as scavengers or traders, the fandom and communities. The Backrooms exploded into a multi-platform fandom. 2 major Backrooms wikis exist, each with different interpretations. The wiki.backrooms wiki. The fandom Backrooms wiki, YouTube creators like Kane Pixels elevated the concept with cinematic horror shorts. His videos imagine the Backrooms as a secret government discovery gone wrong, complete with analog footage, VHS tapes, and cosmic horror. Game developers on Steam, Roblox, and itch.io have created dozens of Backrooms-themed games, from exploration puzzles to intense survival horror. On platforms like Reddit, TikTok, and Discord, fans continue to build lore, create short films, share images, and write new level entries. There's no official canon, and that's the point. The Backrooms are open-source horror, built by the internet, sustained by fear, creativity, and a shared dream of being hopelessly, terrifyingly lost. Why it works. The Backrooms tap into what's known as liminal space horror, an unease we feel in places that exist between functions. Empty schools at night, vacant malls, abandoned offices. These spaces feel almost familiar, but not quite. The Backrooms take that feeling and trap you inside it, forever. But first, what exactly is a liminal space? The psychology of the in-between. A liminal space is a threshold, an in-between, transitional zone. The term originates from the Latin word limen, meaning threshold, and in psychology and anthropology, it describes periods or places of ambiguity, disorientation, and transformation. Liminal spaces are not designed to be dwelled in, they exist to be passed through. Stairwells, empty hallways, waiting rooms, rest stops at 3 a.m., schools during summer break. In these places, time feels warped. Normal rules don't seem to apply. They're haunting not because they're alien, but because they're half familiar. Echoes of real life we know intimately, but now appear out of context, frozen, devoid of their usual purpose. Psychologically, this taps into cognitive dissonance and the uncanny. Our brains expect certain stimuli from familiar spaces, voices in a hallway, customers in a store. But when those expected inputs are absent, when a gas station is perfectly lit but entirely abandoned, our subconscious alarms begin to stir. These spaces shouldn't feel wrong, but they do, precisely because they've lost their social function. They've been stripped of narrative. Liminal spaces also play with time. Because they are spaces between, they often evoke a sense of timelessness, being caught between what was and what will be. That timelessness breeds anxiety. Our minds crave progression. Liminality halts it. And then there's the evolutionary layer. Humans are hardwired to fear the unknown. A quiet, overlit corridor stretching on forever, our instincts scream that something's hiding. This is why liminal horror, like the Backrooms, is so potent. It doesn't need violence. It just needs a hallway that goes too far, a buzzing light that never shuts off, a place that feels like it remembers you. It's the horror of existing where you were never meant to stop, a place not for living, just waiting. What the Backrooms mean. A descent into digital liminality. The Backrooms began with a single image, a yellow-tinted office space, strangely vacant, humming with sterile fluorescent light, soaked in a sickly eternal stillness. Paired with a short passage describing a fall from reality into this endless maze of damp carpet and buzzing lights, the idea quickly evolved beyond its origin into something far greater, something communal, cultural, and symbolic. At face value, The Backrooms is a story about glitching into a forgotten space. But beyond that, it's a reflection of deeper fears, collective nostalgia, and the existential weight of modern alienation. The Backrooms is not just a place, it is a state of being, a metaphor for disconnection, entropy, and the human experience in an increasingly disjointed digital world. 1. Literally lost, the in-world meaning. In its literal form, the Backrooms are a kind of dimensional mistake, a slip outside of physical space and time into a never-ending procedural limbo. The mythos posits that if one no-clips out of reality, they might land in level 0, an endless office space purgatory. No exits, no natural light, no human presence. Wander far enough and it gets stranger, darker, more abstract. Each level introduces new horrors, hazards, or spatial impossibilities. This borrows from game logic, but hints at something deeper, that reality isn't absolute, that existence is fragile, that behind the curtain of normal life lies a void where the rules no longer apply. 2. Collective projection. What it means to the fandom. To the fandom, the Backrooms is both a sandbox and a mirror. As a sandbox, it's a collaborative space. There's no canon, no ownership. It's open-source horror, shaped by writers, artists, filmmakers, game devs. As a mirror, it reflects modern anxieties, surveillance, economic pressure, isolation, digital fatigue, the endless office, the lights that never turn off, the fear of becoming irrelevant. And that nostalgia, those memories of childhood, daycares, malls, school hallways, warm but hollow, familiar but off. The fandom turns that warmth inside out. What if those spaces were never safe? What if they're still waiting? 3. The digital haunting, a symbol of now. The Backrooms is the perfect horror story for the digital age. Decentralized, crowdsourced, recursive, it captures that feeling of the internet at 2 a.m. endless scroll, forgotten links, lost media, you're always deeper than you thought you were. It's not just spatial liminality, it's existential. To exist in the Backrooms is to be out of phase, not alive, not dead, not remembered, not forgotten. It speaks to a world where identity is fluid, privacy is vanishing, and permanence is a myth. 4. Conclusion. What lies beneath the Backrooms mean different things to different people. To some, a prompt, to others, an allegory. But at its core, it's a story about falling through the cracks, between rooms, between selves, between worlds. It reminds us that normalcy is fragile, and beneath it, something cold, something echoing, something endless, and still, We return to it, mapping, writing, naming shadows, because the Backrooms, like all great horror, give us space to explore the unspoken, disconnection, uncertainty, longing, a sense that something has been lost, just out of reach. Maybe we're all still looking for the way back. This has been The Devil's Due on 6/6 at 9. XRM, the Hellfire Station. Tune in next time to see what topic the King has prepared for you all. Next time, perhaps more Backrooms. Perhaps some other horror theme. Let us know. Make sure to hit that like button and come see us have a devilishly good time on Twitch at Raven the Blackheart. Good night, everyone.